All right, Celtics fans, let's dive into the heart of what's been happening with our team this season. The Boston Celtics have faced a whirlwind of adjustments and shifting responsibilities that have really tested the depth and flexibility of this roster. Right now, a lot of the players are operating outside of their comfort zones, and it's been fascinating to watch how everyone is handling it. Sam Hauser stands out as one of the few who has been able to settle into a consistent role. But for most of the roster, including Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and others, it's been a season of constant adaptation. The challenges are clear. Players are being asked to expand their skill sets, take on new responsibilities, and adapt to situations that aren't necessarily familiar to them. For Jaylen, in particular, the workload has been unlike anything he's faced before. He's taking on a volume of scoring and decision-making that requires him to make reads he might not have had to make previously, and it's shown in moments where he's putting his head down and going after points, sometimes at the expense of more fluid team ball movement. The subtle plays like quick passes, reversals, and kickouts that were second nature in previous seasons now require extra thought and focus. It's a lot, and while it's certainly challenging, it's also shaping him into a more versatile player. The same goes for Derek White, who's had to take on more off-the-dribble jumpers and navigate tougher defensive coverage. His efficiency has dipped, and the extra shots he's been taking are often lower quality, but the defensive contributions and overall versatility he brings continue to make him a net positive on the floor. It's a period of growth, even if the results aren't always reflected in the stat sheet or the win column. Peyton Pritchard has been another standout, thriving despite stepping out of his comfort zone. His natural feel for the game allows him to adapt quickly, making the plays that are needed without overthinking it. Watching him operate is a reminder of the importance of basketball IQ and adaptability, especially in a season where the Celtics are experimenting with roles and responsibilities across the board. The coaching staff, particularly Joe Mazzulla, has embraced this approach of pushing players beyond their usual limits. And while it has led to some inconsistency, it also promises long-term benefits. Each player learning new skills and adjusting to new roles could result in a team that's deeper, more adaptable, and more dangerous come playoff time. The current struggles are part of that growth process. Even as the team navigates injuries, such as Jason Tatum being out and the redistribution of roles, the potential for payoff is clear. When Tatum returns, the Celtics will have the luxury of blending established chemistry with new adaptability. Jaylen will have a richer set of skills. Derek White will have experience navigating his expanded responsibilities, and the team overall will have a more dynamic approach to both offense and defense. It's a delicate balance between giving players enough space to adapt and ensuring the team remains competitive in every game, and the Celtics are walking that line carefully. On the offensive end, the rhythm is still developing. Players are learning to read each other's movements and the flow of the game under these new dynamics. Jaylen's decision-making, Derek's shot selection, and Pritchard contributions are all part of a larger puzzle that's slowly coming together. Defensively, the team remains strong, and that has provided a cushion while offensive adjustments take shape. There's an underlying confidence that these growing pains are temporary, and the long-term payoff could be substantial. If Derek White can find his rhythm, especially with high-quality shots falling more consistently, it could open up new dimensions for the Celtics offense. The balance between scoring, playmaking, and movement is essential. As players get more comfortable in their new roles, it's likely that both individual and team efficiency will rise. The importance of adaptability this season cannot be overstated. Players are learning to handle different matchups, navigate various in-game scenarios, and execute under pressure without relying solely on familiar routines. This kind of development is invaluable, particularly for a team with championship aspirations. Beyond individual growth, these adjustments have implications for playoff strategies. A fully integrated Celtics team, where players are comfortable stepping into multiple roles, is a team that can be unpredictable and difficult to prepare for. Defenses will have to account for multiple scoring threats and a variety of offensive sets, making Boston more versatile and resilient. Even when games are tough, with shots not falling and the offense feeling out of sync, there's a clear trajectory toward improvement. The Celtics are essentially laying the groundwork for a team that can sustain high performance over the long haul. In that context, early season struggles are not failures but opportunities for learning and adaptation. Every drive, every pass, and every decision made under pressure contributes to the players' understanding of the system and each other. Observing the evolution of Jaylen Brown's game has been particularly rewarding. He's learning how to balance scoring with facilitating, how to make the right decisions while under defensive pressure, and how to adjust on the fly. This is the kind of growth that transforms good players into great ones. Similarly, Derek White's journey this season is shaping him into a more complete player. He's being asked to take on responsibilities that test his decision-making, shot selection, and ability to create under pressure. While it's been a challenging adjustment, the skills he's developing now will pay dividends in the future, especially when the Celtics enter the postseason with a more cohesive and battle-tested roster. Even players who seem to be struggling now are contributing in ways that aren't always immediately obvious. Defensive positioning, off-ball movement, and the ability to read the game are all being honed as part of this extended adjustment period. It's a testament to the team's commitment to long-term development and strategic growth. The Celtics are essentially investing in their players' versatility and understanding of the game, which will pay off when it matters most. This season is shaping up to be a period of building resilience, adaptability, and multidimensional skills. While there are bumps along the way, every game provides insights, lessons, and moments for players to grow and expand their basketball intelligence. By the time the season reaches its midpoint and the playoffs approach, the Celtics are positioned to have a roster that is deeper, more flexible, and capable of executing under various circumstances. Every player stepping out of their comfort zone now is contributing to a stronger, more prepared team down the line, and that's exactly what's happening with Boston this season. And as we move deeper into this journey, Giants fans, it becomes clearer than ever that we're watching something special beginning to take shape right in front of us. You can feel it in the way the guys walk onto the field, in their body language, in the urgency that's been building week after week. The atmosphere around this team has completely shifted, and whether someone wants to admit it or not, the conversation around the Giants in the league is starting to sound different. The same analysts who spent weeks doubting, criticizing, pointing fingers are suddenly sounding a lot quieter. And that's because this locker room has decided they're writing their own story this season, and nobody on the outside gets a say in how it ends. And honestly, that's been one of the greatest things about following this team recently. The way they've tightened up, the way they've rallied around each other. You're seeing a group of players who refuse to fall apart, even when the pressure is suffocating. The offensive line is finally showing signs of consistency. They're not perfect yet, but they're fighting. The receivers, man, they're coming alive, making plays that looked impossible a few weeks ago. The defense keeps giving us those moments where you just jump off the couch because they made something happen out of nowhere. And those are the kinds of plays that define what this team wants to become. They're not trying to be flashy or cute. They're trying to be resilient, disciplined, and dangerous. And the energy with Daniel Jones returning has been unreal. You can see how much his presence changes the way the entire offense moves. When he's laser-focused, protecting the ball, spreading it around, and playing with that controlled aggression, this team looks like it can hang with anyone. And that's exactly the point the players have been trying to get across lately. They aren't here to be a footnote in somebody else's playoff push. They want to dictate the terms, and when Jones is locked in, that's exactly what they do. If he continues to trust himself, trust the pocket, and stay calm in those crucial moments, fans should expect some big-time performances down the stretch. Because the confidence is there, the preparation is there, and the hunger is absolutely there. Another thing that's been refreshing is the chemistry on the sideline. You see guys motivating each other, holding each other accountable, not letting mistakes snowball into disasters. That's leadership. That's coaching finally syncing with execution. That's a team starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, they can flip this whole thing on its head and shock some people when it matters. And it's not unrealistic. This is the NFL. Momentum is everything. One performance, one spark, one statement win can shift an entire season's direction. And the Giants are on the verge of that kind of moment. You can feel it. Look at the matchups we got coming up. These aren't games where the Giants need luck or miracles. They need focus, discipline, and the same level of aggression they've shown when their backs were against the wall. If they start strong, control the tempo, avoid those slow starts that used to haunt them, they're absolutely capable of surprising a lot of people. And with the defense stepping up, especially in those high-pressure red zone moments, it gives the offense the space to breathe, to plan, to take risks when the timing is right. That balance is what makes dangerous teams dangerous, knowing when to punch and when to counterpunch. And let's not forget about the fans. Giants Nation has been riding this emotional roller coaster for years now, but the loyalty never fades. Even when things look rough, even when the media writes this team off, the fans stay loud, stay passionate, stay connected. And you can see the players feeding off that energy, whether they're at home or on the road. The reaction when the team forces a huge third-down stop, when Jones hits an unexpected deep ball, when a running back fights through a tackle to turn a dead play into a gain. You hear it, you feel it, you see that belief slowly rebuilding. And for a team trying to reshape its identity, that support is everything. It pushes them. It fuels them. It reminds them that they're playing for more than stats and standings. They're playing for the badge, for the history, for the fans who live and breathe this team. Now, the question that's been floating around everywhere is simple. Can the Giants keep this up? Can they convert this shift in energy into actual wins, actual momentum, actual relevance in the standings? And the answer isn't just about talent. It's about discipline, execution, and emotional control. This team has shown flashes of brilliance, but now they need consistency. They need to avoid those self-inflicted wounds. They need to capitalize on every opportunity the opponent gives them, and they need to create even more opportunities for themselves. They're capable of it. They've shown it. Now it's about proving it again and again. Because at the end of the day, this league doesn't wait for anyone. If you want to matter, you have to take your moment before somebody else does. And that's the message the Giants seem to be buying into. No more hesitating. No more playing scared. No more shrinking in key moments. This is the time to show who they really are. And that's what makes the next stretch of games so exciting, not just for the fans, but for anyone watching football. You want to see which teams rise and which collapse under pressure, which ones redefine their season, and which ones let it slip away. And the Giants? They're standing right at that crossroads with everything still on the table. So buckle up, Giants fans, because the roller coaster is still climbing, and something tells me the next drop is going to be wild. This team is locked in. The players are locked in. The coaches are locked in. And you can feel that this story is far from over. If they stay hungry, stay disciplined, and keep playing with that fire that's been building week after week, we might be talking about a completely different Giants team by the time this season hits its final chapters. Stay tuned, stay loud, stay locked in, because the best might be just around the corner. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. NBA fans, brace yourselves. A storm may be brewing in Boston, and the epicenter? None other than Alex Caruso. Whispers have been circling for weeks, but now, according to ESPN, the deal is done. Caruso is set to join the Celtics, stepping into a role that could redefine the team's defensive identity. Known for his lightning-quick hands, relentless energy, and uncanny ability to disrupt plays, Caruso has built a reputation as one of the league's most fearsome perimeter defenders. The Celtics, who have been hunting for a true defensive stopper, could be about to hit the jackpot. Sources suggest that Caruso's arrival isn't just about defense. His presence on the floor might transform Boston's transition game, injecting a spark that could push their offense into new territory. Rumors are swirling around team meetings, locker room chemistry, and how Caruso's gritty style will mesh with Boston's star-studded roster. There's talk that the front office sees him as the ultimate glue guy, the kind of player who does the dirty work, makes the hustle plays, and elevates everyone around him. But let's not forget the intrigue. Caruso has been linked to several franchises in recent trade speculation, and the Celtics landing him could signal a bold move toward building a championship-caliber roster with a defensive backbone. Social media is already ablaze with fans dissecting highlight reels, imagining the terror opposing guards might feel when Caruso is lurking on the perimeter. Analysts are already speculating. Will his aggressive style fit into Boston's structured system, or will it unleash a new era of chaos that opponents can't handle? Insiders hint that the deal may involve subtle maneuvers behind the scenes, perhaps some salary gymnastics or roster tweaks to make room for Caruso's contract. The excitement is palpable, the whispers growing louder, and for now, all eyes are on Boston. If the rumors hold true, the Celtics might have just acquired the defensive weapon everyone thought they needed, and the league will certainly be watching closely to see what Caruso brings to the Garden. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.